Yes. It's a good thing I opened the door.
Here I go. Hi.
You can take your coat off.
Most exercise I had all night. Most exercise I had.
Good evening, welcome to the Riverhead Central School District Regular Board of Education meeting for January 28th, 2026. Can I get a roll call? Ms. Murphy?
Present.
And Mr. Wallace?
Present.
Ms. Healy? Ms. Redmond? Ms. Freeborn? And Dr. Gonzalez? Can I get a motion to go in executive to discuss the employment of a particular person or corporation?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. All in favor? Motion passes, and we will be back at 7 p.m. Good evening, welcome back. Can I get a motion to open to regular session?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. All in favor? And the motion passes. Please stand for the pledge. Our district clerk has an announcement to make about translation services.
Good evening. If you would like to take advantage of our translation service, please see Ms. Kess in the back of the room.
Muy buenas noches, les damos bienvenida a la Junta Educativa del Distrito de Riverhead. Si necesitan traducción, por favor, acérquense en la parte de atrás para poderles ayudar. Gracias.
Dawn, was Eric here at all? Oh, no, okay. Okay, so we don't have our student representative here, so we'll move on to our superintendent report.
Okay, so we're going to try something new here tonight. I'm going to ask for Dr. Stephen Hudson to come on up and introduce two students from Phillips Avenue.
Evening, everybody. Thank you so much for allowing Phillips Avenue to be here tonight. Tonight we have two outstanding students. Just want to give you a very brief kind of synopsis of how this went about. So we talked to our fourth grade teachers. We said we want to have two students come up and talk about why Riverhead feels like home. So the entire fourth grade got together. They wrote down 100 different reasons. They sat together, they decided which ones they wanted to report on, and today we have Jaylee Cabrera Chalel, as well as Robert Marino Rodriguez here to share these thoughts from our fourth graders. I do want to just give a little shout out to our Phillips Avenue people. As you all know, we are doing the play Shrek, our first ever play at Phillips Avenue. So here we have Robert, who is playing Shrek in the play, and Jay Lee, who is one of our storytellers. So they are just fabulous, fabulous students. Come on, Jay Lee.
Riverhead Town is one of the best places to call home. If you have never been to Riverhead, you should know it is amazing. Phillips Avenue School is a wonderful school. The Riverhead School District is full of opportunities, and Riverhead Town is full of exciting things to do. First, Riverhead is the best and feels like home because it feels like a family at Phillips Avenue School. The teachers are kind, the students are helpful. We have special events such as the Color Run, Movie Night, and the Week of Peace and Goodwill before the holidays. We celebrate one another with clapping parades, Citizen of the Month awards, Physical Education awards, and concert cards. We also have special activities such as the after-school enrichment program, the fourth grade play, Helping Hands, and the Peacemakers. In addition, Riverhead School District is awesome.
Because there are so many opportunities with so many students, we are able to have great sports team, talented musicians and singers, and offer many academic options. There are exciting clubs and activities. There are also many diverse students and teachers with interesting backgrounds and cultures. Lastly, the town of Riverhead is full of exciting and entertaining activities. There is shopping at Tanger outlets as well as lots of other stores. The Riverhead Library has all the books you could ever want. You can go to Riverhead Raceway, Splish Splash, the Long Island Aquarium, All-Star Bowling, Stotsky Park, the Scotts Point for fun times. You can also get a bite to eat at almost any restaurant with any type of food you can think of, like the Sakura Hibachi and the Chinese buffet. In conclusion, as you can clearly see, Riverhead is one of the best places to live, go to school, and have fun. It is in the middle of it all, and you feel like you are a part of a family in Riverhead community. Riverhead feels like home and is the best place to live and go to school in the world. I love Riverhead, and I am so proud to be a part of this school and town.
Well, Robin J. Lee, am I saying it correctly? J. Lee? You did an amazing job. I'm so very proud of you. Coming up here is not easy, especially talking into our microphone in front of all these people. And certainly, you had the camera pointed at us, and you didn't even flinch. Me, I get a little nervous each time, but I didn't see that out of you. So we're going to present you with this certificate, and we're going to go take a picture over there. But anyway, it says, this certificate is awarded to, and it's Robert and J. Lee, in recognition of courageously sharing what Riverhead means to me and helping to tell the story of our community. Your words remind us that Riverhead is more than a place. Riverhead is a home built on people, stories, and belonging. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Appreciate that, okay? So let's go over and take a picture over there, all right? We're going to bring a few people. All right, so next up, when I first arrived here, I was probably here about a week or two, and Mr. Kassar sent me a document and said, hey, this is a document we've been working on. It's a portrait of a graduate. This is the state, this is ours, this is what we're looking at, and it was just an incredible amount of work. So over the course of time, I had to digest this information, asked Mr. Kassar to come in and present it to our administrators, and it's nothing short of impressive. And it's something that we're going to be streamlining, putting into motion, and really develop our programs around this concept of what a portrait of a graduate is going to look like now and into the future. So with that, Mr. Gassar, if you wouldn't mind.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. So, last year, around this time, I received a phone call from the superintendent of schools, and she asked me where we were with our advancement towards a portrait of a graduate. And a portrait of a graduate is something that I had heard about. I'd been to a few conferences on, but I had not done any work with it at that point. Basically, what the portrait of a graduate is are new graduation measures and diploma requirements that the state is setting forth. But rather than just send out an edict of the changes they want to put in place, they have worked very hard at building stakeholders across the state, trying to come up with different ideas and meet the needs of the different districts throughout New York State. So at that time, I was asked to spearhead a group of professionals. It included an incredibly talented group of people, including teachers, administrators, school counselors. We met throughout the spring for hours at a time, and I shared with them the information that I had gotten through my professional circles, and then from there we moved ahead. This was certainly nothing that was all about me. This was really the work of the group, and they did a terrific job. So for those of you that are not familiar with it, I'm going to walk you through the evolution of the portrait of a graduate. And basically, as I said, it was guided by research, stakeholder feedback, where they used their expertise. A Blue Ribbon Commission, or known as a BRC, was established through the state, whereby they identified high-level skills, knowledge areas, and competencies that holistically reflect successful outcomes from pre-K through grade 12 education. Over the course of several months, this Blue Ribbon Commission developed and advanced 59 preliminary recommendations. They aligned them into 4 priority areas: multiple pathways leading to 1 high school diploma, assessment flexibility, understanding meaningful life-ready credentials, culturally responsive curriculum instruction and assessment. Then that commission of individuals wrote it electronically on the preliminary recommendations. They listed items as high priority, medium, and low priority, or items that they did not support. Of that, 37 preliminary recommendations were picked, and that was recommendations that were agreed upon by 75% of the members that saw them as high or medium priority. Of those 37, they broke them down to the following 12 recommendations. 1, replace the 3 diploma types we currently have with 1 New York State diploma. However, they would have the option to add seals and endorsements to that diploma. 2, to include civic responsibility, cultural competence, financial literacy, fine arts, science, technology, engineering, and math, as well as writing, which would include writing skills for real-world scenarios, into the diploma credit requirements. Number 3, ensure access to CTE, or career and technical education, which includes internships and work-based learning opportunities for all students across the state. Number 4, move to a model that organizes credit requirements into content areas, into larger categories. Math and science could be included into STEM, social studies, English, into humanities, etc. Number 5, reduce and/or modify diploma assessment requirements to allow more assessment options, recognizing that not all students are test takers. Number 6, create state-developed rubrics for any performance-based assessments allowed as an option to satisfy diploma assessment requirements. Number 7, create a more specific, tailored graduation requirements to address unique circumstances of certain groups of students.
These might be students of non-compulsory age education, those being, in their 16th year or beyond. Newcomer students, refugee students. Number 8, provide exemptions from diploma assessment requirements for students with significant cognitive disabilities and major life events and extenuating circumstances. Example would be medical conditions, death, trauma, maybe a family suffered from a house fire and they're dealing with a very difficult situation. These are all things that they wanted to bring into the fold when recognizing if a Regents exam was something that was going to be necessary. Number 9, pursue regulatory changes to allow the discretion to confer high school degrees after the death of a student. This is something that we have done in the past, but it was always a local decision. They are now looking to formalize that. They have formalized that, I should say, and now it is the law of the state. Number 10, require all New York State teacher preparation programs, those moving towards certification, to provide instruction in culturally responsive sustaining education courses, practices, and pedagogy. And number 11, require that all professional development plans for those who already have their teaching certifications to include the same cultural responsive sustaining education practices and pedagogy. And lastly, review and revise all New York State learning standards. To give you an overall timeline, I broke it down by the different school years. So here you see the 24-25 school year was where we were last year. That was the state finalizing their portrait of a graduate, which I will share with you shortly. They did the diploma, being able to give the diploma for students that have passed. And obviously, the last one I mentioned was that major life exemption, students that might have suffered some sort of trauma. This is something that was approved for the June 2025 exams. It's been on our webpage. We have had some students that have qualified for that. There is a process in place. Obviously, it's something at the high school level, but it's something that we have been working on. It's out there for public purview right on the high school webpage. For this school year that we're in right now, 25-26, the state is releasing details of the new credit requirement, and these are going to phase in with the 2027 cohort. So these are our current not 10th graders. These are our current middle schoolers that are coming through. In the next year, in the 26-27 school year, we're going to be prioritizing learning standards. They're going to be releasing the Portrait of a Graduate rubrics with guidance and phase in that personal finance education that I mentioned. So it's important to understand that at this point, nothing has been formally adopted. It is absolutely happening. So what you're going to be seeing are bits and pieces as they're picking and pruning and going through final determinations. Okay. For the school year 27-28, that's where we're going to see one diploma. So no more local, Regents, and advanced. It's going to be one diploma, but there will be, as I said earlier, seals and credentials. They're going to be sunsetting the diploma assessment requirements. They're going to be phasing in climate education. As I said, diplomas, seals, and endorsements are going to continue to move on. They're also going to be refined and added to. They're going to be finalizing the rubrics and guidance for prioritized, reformulated learning standards. In the 28-29 school year, we will see the disseminate the best practices. They will be taking feedback from the different districts and tweaking, moving along, looking at what works and maybe something that's not working. They will be giving consideration to that as well. By the fall of 29 and beyond, there will be new transcripts. There's going to be a single transcript for every high school in New York State. Right now, they're all locally designed. With those new transcripts, they will require standards with the Portrait of a Graduate. That'll be incorporated into it. And at that point, there will also be, the new assessments will be aligned to prioritized learning standards. Again, I don't have more information on what those standards are because they are still under construction. But I have been to probably half a dozen professional development conferences over this. Most recently, on January 16th at SUNY Farmingdale, there were about 200 of us, and we got the latest right from the State Department of Graduation and Assessment Measures. So what you're seeing now is the most up-to-date. As we go into the cohort implications, and cohort, for those that are not familiar, is the year that a student starts their 9th grade, okay? So for our current seniors and juniors, this has no effect, other than what I mentioned with the major life exemptions. However, for our current 10th graders, and for our 9th graders, and our current 8th graders, these cohorts will have one diploma with the advanced designation as a seal of distinction, so it will no longer be a separate diploma. We're going to see the current requirements will stay in place, so it's still going to be 22 credits in order to earn a diploma in New York State. And the diploma assessment requirements will be decoupled, and that's the operative word, decoupled. What that means is we're recognizing that these students are already on track taking Regents exams. Some of them will have taken Regents exams as 8th graders. Some of them who are current 10th graders will have taken the majority of their Regents exams by the end of this year. So we use the word decoupled, meaning Regents exams are not going away. Regents exams will still be an option. Regents exams will still be, the right path for some students, but not necessarily for all students. For the cohorts of 27 and 28, they're going to also see one diploma, redefine the seals, as I mentioned. And there's going to be new credit requirements at that point, and then there are going to be sunsetting diploma assessment requirements. So there's the difference between the decoupling and the sunsetting. Cohorts 2029 and above, we're going to see all of the above as I mentioned, one diploma, redefining the seals and endorsements. The statewide transcript should be in effect at that point. And at that point, we're going to see the complete rollout of the Portrait of a Graduate moving forward. So what the state had asked us to do, and what we did last year, and as I said, I was fortunate enough to lead that group of talented Riverhead School District professionals, was to put together our vision and our version of what a Portrait of a Graduate means for Riverhead High School students. You can see the committee of all the individuals that served last year. What does a Portrait of a Graduate represent? Graduates of Riverhead High School embody a remarkably array of traits, skills that resonate profoundly with the principles of 21st century learning. Emerging from a distinctive school district that cherishes both tradition and diversity, our graduates are not only well prepared for the present, but also equipped to embrace the limitless possibilities of the future. At the heart of our graduates lie a foundation of critical thinking coupled with a deep cultural understanding and ethical awareness that enables them to engage thoughtfully in an increasingly interconnected world. They are empathetic communicators, adept at expressing their thoughts and listening to others, demonstrating an adaptability to the ever-changing landscape of society. In the face of adversity, our graduates exhibit resilience and strength, navigating life's challenges with unwavering determination. They possess robust literacy across content areas and sharp problem-solving skills, which empower them to traverse the complexities of a global society with confidence and competence. Our graduates hold a profound respect for the importance of civic engagement and collaborative problem-solving. They understand that meaningful solutions arise not only from individual effort, but from the collective wisdom and creativity of diverse perspectives. They are not only prepared to contribute to their communities, but are also poised to lead with integrity and compassion in an ever-evolving world. What I have in front of you is the New York State Portrait of a Graduate. They have adopted 6 learning competencies, and you can see them there. Academically prepared, creative innovators, critical thinkers, effective communicators, global citizens, and reflective and future-focused. The next slide is what our committee came up with as the competencies for Riverhead High School graduates. We recognized 8 as opposed to the 6 that the state did. The first one, ethical awareness. We broke this down into 3 pieces. Riverhead High School graduates value and consider their thoughts, actions, and words when engaging with others. This approach fosters ethical interactions that respect the dignity and perspectives of all individuals involved. They practice ethical decision-making that aligns with moral principles. This understanding creates a sense of accountability, shaping a more just and equitable society. Riverhead graduates uphold a strong commitment to ethical principles, valuing discretion and confidentiality in all interactions. Literacy across all content areas. Riverhead High School graduates possess strong research skills, particularly in evaluating sources. They are skilled communicators who practice responsible citizenship in a digital world. They demonstrate proper use of artificial intelligence in academics. They utilize comprehensive literacy strategies effectively. Civic awareness. These graduates understand and value their own rights and those of others. They're informed members of their communities and the broader world. They are engaged in community activities and initiatives. They have a strong understanding of foundations of our government and civic systems. They embody the principles of global citizenship. Riverhead High School graduates are resilient. They have developed perseverance and the ability to overcome obstacles. They understand that failure is an opportunity for success. They advocate for self as well as others, and they embrace productive struggle. Riverhead High School graduates are empathetic communicators. They engage others with empathy, respect, and clarity, convey ideas thoughtfully and attentively when engaging with others, demonstrate adaptability and poise when faced with changing dynamics while interacting with others. They embrace cultural understanding. Riverhead graduates demonstrate cultural awareness, consider others' perspectives, values, and beliefs, engage with a diverse community. They embody open-mindedness. Riverhead High School graduates are critical thinkers, analyze content area literacy thoughtfully and ethically. They understand multiple perspectives, recognizing my truth versus your truth. They create solutions through creative and logical problem solving, engage in solution-focused thinking to address challenges, evaluate effective artificial intelligence use in various contexts. They cultivate open-mindedness in discussions and decision-making. The last competency is they are adaptable. These graduates demonstrate flexibility in adapting to new challenges and environments with confidence. They exhibit resilience when facing obstacles and setbacks. They embrace a growth mindset, believing in their ability to learn and improve. They view productive struggle as a valuable learning tool. They develop multiple post-secondary life plans to prepare for various futures. And they possess self-advocacy skills to effectively communicate their needs and goals. So what we have here is a comparison, the New York State Portrait of a Graduate, the Riverhead High School Portrait of a Graduate. Now, there are some similarities, and we like to call these the crosswalks. So where they have the reflective future focus, we tie that to our ethical awareness. Where they note that students are academically prepared, we put that crosswalk connects to the literate across the content areas. Where they have critical thinkers, we are completely aligned on that, 100%. We have critical thinkers as well. And where we have effective communicators, we have empathetic communicators. As they have listed global citizens, we have listed civic awareness. So that brings me to the close of what the Portrait of a Graduate is. We also have on the webpage, at the high school webpage, a breakdown of what school board members should know, what school administrators should know, what parents should know, and what students should know. as far as the Portrait of a Graduate goes. Again, as I said, it's important to know this is not adopted as of yet. It is a work in progress. We are exactly where we should be as a school district as far as the state goes and their expectations. But as the school year moves on and they give us more information as far as the curriculum and the framework, we will be moving ahead in a new direction when we get to that point. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Ms. Kazara, thank you to you and all the members that worked on this. I know that you spent a lot of time and energy and certainly communicating this, not only to the administrative colleagues, but also to everybody that's involved. So really appreciate that. I know there's a lot more work ahead, and we'll be looking forward to moving in that direction, but greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Moving on, we have our Director of Technology, Mr. Robert Hines, is going to do a presentation on New York State Smart Schools Bond Act, Phase 3. We have to make this a public hearing, so can I get a... Yes, yeah, we're going to go back. Can I get a motion to open the public hearing? Thank you, Ms. Wallace. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. All in favor? And the motion passes. Mr. Hines, it's all yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to address you with this public hearing presentation on New York City Smart Bond Phase 3. I do want to first give a shout out to our technology committee who had a big hand in putting this together. The investments that we've done over time are all part of our collaborative efforts together as a committee. I also want to thank the Board of Education for this opportunity to present, as well as our district administration. Thank you. Okay, the New York State Smart Bond Act was passed as a referendum by the voters in New York State in 2014 under general election. The Bond Act authorizes $2 billion to be allocated to school districts for educational technology, infrastructure, and other opportunities. In order for districts to access these funds, schools must have specific procedures to follow. The application process requires the school district to create an investment plan in cooperation with the community. The plan is then submitted and reviewed by the SSBA review board. The plan must be completely approved before any purchases are made, and there are no deadlines in order to apply for these funds. In order to be eligible to apply for the funds, the school district must create an updated 3-year technology plan, which we are current on. There is also an internet bandwidth requirement for districts. They have to provide a minimum of 100 megabits per second per 1,000 students. And we're well above that at 14 times that. Also, any investment plan must have a public hearing, which we're having right now. After the public hearing, the plan must be posted to the district website for at least 30 days for review and comments by stakeholders. After the final plan can be submitted and reviewed by the SSBA review board. So let's talk about the previous phases, because we were able to make some good investments with the bond so far. So the total allowable allocation for all projects submitted by the district through the Smart Bond Act is $2,191,853. So far, we've been able to use $2,080,137 of those dollars for some pretty wonderful projects to help the school district here. In Phase 1 and Phase 2, we were able to upgrade our network infrastructure to support increased capacity and for things like multimedia and computer-based testing. We also were able to replace some computer servers to support our growing data and compute needs. And we also were able to, in every single building, replace their interactive flat panels in the classrooms, which has really been a game changer to help support clear sound and picture, and also add accessibility options so that all students are able to be supported by the technology. The amount left for new projects is $111,716. And with those funds, we have two allowable categories that we're looking toward, which is going to be the broadband connectivity for schools and acquiring learning technologies. We have this broken down into two different subparts. One is for, again, the acquiring learning technologies, which we're going to look at using for 3D printers, and there's also the network closet upgrades. So about 10 years ago, using a BOCES multi-year agreement, the district invested in 3D printers to be used in our library media centers for interdisciplinary learning and makerspace activities. We have certainly received our money's worth on this investment. In fact, even beyond the district, we were able to provide these devices to Stony Brook University during the COVID emergency shutdown, and they utilized our fleet there in Stony Brook to print face shields for first responders. So we're now seeking to replace these obsolete units in every building, and the estimated cost for that is $20,716. In addition to the 3D printers, we seek to purchase replacement UPS battery units, which are used to protect network equipment when there is a power fluctuation. Being all of our schools utilize phones that rely on the network, having a functioning UPS system really does help to keep those phones operating, so it's a very critical component for us. Lastly, we seek to purchase replacement core switching equipment for one of our buildings. So the plan is to submit two investment plans to New York State, one for their makerspace items, including 3D printers, and another for the UPSs and the network switches. These plans will allow the district to exhaust all the available funds from the New York State Smart Bond allocation for Riverhead. Our next steps after this are to open this plan up to the public for comment. We will be accepting comments until February 26th, 2026 via email, and that address is nysmartbond@riverhead.net. All comments will be reviewed and used to support and adjust this purchase plan. The draft plan, including comments, will become the final plan submitted to New York State after February 27th. I thank you so much for this opportunity and for your time and for your support.
Thank you, Mr. Hines. Does any board members have any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, can I get a motion to close the public hearing? Motion. Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. All in favor? And the motion passes. And we're going to circle back to our student representative who's going to give his update. Eric?
Good evening, everyone, and apologies for the delay. At Riley Avenue School, Riley Avenue is proud to join the district in participating in the Great Kindness Challenge. Students are encouraged to reflect on the kindness through their thoughts and actions to the school community. Riley Avenue is grateful to our student council and staff who supported them in bringing this meaningful initiative to life. The week will conclude on Friday with our Be Light in Blue and White Day, remembering the 60th anniversary of Riley Avenue, which first opened its doors on January 31st, 1966. Students will reflect on two guiding questions. How can we be the light for our school, and how can our school be the light for us? Akabog Elementary School. Akabog third graders recently visited the Long Island Science Center, where they learned about insects, created cricket habits, and explored interactive exhibits such as the magnet wall, sand pit, and retro video games. We also want to extend a special thank you to our custodial staff for their hard work in keeping our buildings, students, and staff safe during this winter weather. Riverhead Middle School, on January 12th, 8th graders participated in the Career Workshop Series, hearing our community members, Dr. Dexter Archer and Cameron Highsmith, who shared their career paths and encouraged students to explore interest through real-world experiences. Middle school teachers also took part in professional development session focused on creating a shared definition of instruction rigor. Led by instruction literacy coach Kelly Jones, the session emphasized deeper thinking, evidence-based responses, and meaningful classroom disclosure. Riverhead High School was proud to welcome Taylor Burgess, a member of class of 2014, back on campus January 28th. Mrs. Burgess is an internationally recognized soprano who performed at the Metropolitan Opera and is scheduled to return in Porgy and Bess. She performed for students in the music department and chose to launch her musical celebration of Black Poetry concert series at her alma mater, making the visit especially meaningful. We are grateful for the inspiration she provided and proud to celebrate her success as a Riverhead graduate.
Thank you, Eric. Moving on, do we have any public comments on our agenda items? See any online? There's nobody here. Can I get a motion to accept the consent agenda?
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. All in favor? And the motion passes. Moving on to new business. Letter A is approval of an intermunicipal agreement. This is for the Key Club field trip. This is with the Riverhead Central School District, with Southampton School District and West Hampton Beach School District to provide student transportation to the Leadership Training Conference in Albany from March 13th, 2026 through March 15th, 2026. Can I get a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I get a second? Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. Questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter B, this is a approval of agreement with LIU Post. This is for high school, some of our high school students. This is an agreement with LIU Post with Riverhead Central School District for the 25-26 academic year, commencing on July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. This is the LIU Post High School Scholars Program in collaboration with Riverhead High School to provide some of our eligible students with the opportunity to enroll in college-level courses for college credit. Can I get a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Redmond. Can I get a second? Thank you, Ms. Healy. Questions, comments?
I would just like to note that I think what makes the school district so remarkable is the sheer volume of dual enrollment courses. I think that people don't realize just how many opportunities students have in the school district to attain college credits beyond the Suffolk Community College program, but we have partnerships with Adelphi, Stony Brook, Syracuse, now LIU, and it's just astounding. I know for many of us, and Farmingdale, I know for many of us who have graduates, our children are actually a year ahead in college and are going to be able to obtain their master's degrees in 4 years because of all of the credits that they had coming from Riverhead High School. And so I think it's just another exciting partnership. And as we're looking at Portrait of a Graduate, there are just so many exciting opportunities for students here in Riverhead Central School District. So thank you.
Absolutely. Any other board member comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter C is approval of attendance of a conference. This is for the attendance for the superintendent, Dr. Hagan, to attend the NYSCOS, NYSCOSS 2026 Winter Institute and Lobby Day in Albany on February 28th through March 3rd, 2026 at an approximate cost of $2,500. Can I get a motion to accept? Motion. Thank you, Mr. Wallace. Can I get a second? Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. Questions, comments? All in favor? And the motion passes. Letter D is approval of field trips. This is 2 field trips, one for approximately 15 students in the Key Club to attend the annual Leadership Training Conference on March 13th through the 15th, 2026 at Desmond Hotel in Albany, New York at an approximate cost to the district of $415. And the second one is a field trip for approximately 50 students in the varsity boys and girls spring track teams to travel to North Rockland High School to compete in the Red Raider relays on April 17th through April 18th, 2026 at an approximate cost to the district of $2,780. Can I get a motion to accept?
Motion.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. Can I get a second? Thank you, Dr. Gonzalez. Questions, comments? Good luck to everybody. All in favor? And the motion passes. And committee updates, we had a Health and Safety Committee meeting. So the Health and Safety Committee meeting was on January 22nd. And the committee updates, the committee reviewed the remaining meeting dates for the 25-26 school year. The next scheduled meetings will be held on Thursday, March 19th and June 4th, and they will begin at 4:15. The security updates were done by Michael Franco. The rave testing and system enhancements, Mike Franco reported that during the winter break, security took advantage of the empty school buildings to conduct comprehensive rave system testing. Internal and external components were tested, including strobes, message boards, and internal structures in coordination with the technology department. The system is fully operational. Security also replaced network video terminals, expanding memory capacity and improving video quality. New components have been installed at the high school, with the final 2 MDRs scheduled to be replaced. Vape detection in the pilot program. A pilot vape detection upgrade is underway at the high school. The system is awaiting activation of audible notifications, which will allow immediate response by the security and serve as a deterrent to student vaping. Staffing continues to be a concern with ongoing turnover among security personnel. Rave notification procedures were discussed. The committee members discussed concerns regarding rave notifications during unplanned events, particularly when staff are outside buildings following fire alarms. It was clarified that for unplanned incidents, a staff member must initiate the rave alert through the app for notifications to be distributed. While rave can coordinate fire, police, and emergency medical service, it does not automatically notify staff unless activated. Administration acknowledged the concern and indicated that procedures will be reviewed to determine whether administrative use of rave during emergencies can be expanded to improve communication and staff confidence in the system. Facilities update was done by Mr. Anthony Martino. Building safety and maintenance, Anthony Martino reported that all stage rigging inspections have been completed. 3 buildings passed inspection without issue, while others are currently undergoing necessary repairs. All gymnasium equipment has passed inspection and is up to date. During the winter break, facilities focused on cleaning, painting, and general maintenance, and is now preparing buildings and grounds for winter weather, which is here. The energy performance contract, the district has successfully passed the design phase of the energy performance contract review at the state level and is awaiting approval to move to the next phase. High school custodial staffing, a question was raised regarding the potential need for an interim head custodian at the high school. Anthony stated that he is present at the high school daily, has not been made aware of outstanding issues, and does not currently anticipate hiring an interim head custodian. 2 substitute custodians are covering evening shifts due to recent departures. Transportation updates were done by Mr. Anthony Reed. Operations and staffing. Mr. Reed reported ongoing staffing challenges in transportation. Currently, 33 open bus runs are covered by BOCES, with an additional 9 runs covered daily by district staff. Driver call-outs can significantly increase coverage needs on any given day. The department is working with Dr. Cardesano to resume local road testing, which will reduce reliance on outside providers and help expedite onboarding of new drivers. Licensing and regulatory concerns, Mr. Reed noted that changes affecting non-domiciled CDL licenses are resulting in experienced drivers losing their licenses, including some with many years of service. A letter addressing these concerns is being sent to Governor Hochul. Vendor transportation services are also expected to be impacted. Transportation projects in the Calverton Hills area are currently on hold pending completion of lighting work done by PSE&G and the town. Recruitment interest has increased and the department remains optimistic about future staffing improvements. Technology department updates done by Mr. Hines. Student account security, Mr. Hines reported continued efforts to strengthen student account security, including the planned rollout of 2-factor authentication for students in the spring. Emergency communications. During a November early release drill, Parent Square was used to contact emergency contacts. Over 12,000 phone calls were placed in 11 languages with approximately 7,200 answered and 5,200 going to voicemail. District cybersecurity training has significantly reduced phishing susceptibility. In May 2025, the district's click rate was 15%. Following training, it has dropped to under 3%, well below the national average. Next week will mark Data Privacy Week with a focus on digital literacy and understanding how personal data is collected, shared, and monetized. Concerns were raised regarding reduced cellular service at the high school. Mr. Hines noted that recent Verizon outage and stated that the district does not maintain Verizon repeaters on campus. Mr. Hines noted that the district provides secure Wi-Fi for staff to use. For transportation video access, Mr. Carlson thanked Mr. Motley for the quality and turnaround time of transportation video footage. He inquired about the feasibility of building specific access to route video to support quicker issue resolution. It was noted that expanded access would involve additional costs and that quicker submission of written reports may help expedite responses. And sidewalk snow removal, Mr. Garrett Moore reported ongoing concerns with sidewalk snow removal on Cranberry Street and indicated that code enforcement has been contacted. He also plans to raise the issue with local officials. And like I said earlier, the next meeting is on March 19th. I think that's it for committee remarks. Do we have any board member remarks? Nope. Seeing no board member remarks. Do we have any RCFA comments? Okay. Do we have any comments from Rob? Nope, no comments from Rob. Do we have any public comments? No public comments, okay. Seeing no comments, can I get a motion to adjourn? Thank you, Ms. Freeborn. Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Murphy. All in favor? And the motion passes. And we'll see everyone on February 11th.
Please help support the Riverhead Central School District YouTube channel by subscribing. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, please be sure to push that subscribe button and click the bell to receive notifications. Thank you.